Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Word. In this module I want to look at references and some of the features that you have on this part of the ribbon, in particular the bibliography and these two, Smart Lookup, Researcher and Citations. So first of all, the Smart Lookup feature. So if I type, for example, the word Spartan and then highlight that word and click on Smart Lookup, what this feature does, if you're on the internet, it will give you some information about Spartan helmets and stuff like that there. It will also tell you what it means and give you different meanings. So this is the Spartans as in Greece, Sparta in Greece. This is the word Spartan as in Spartan, harsh, hard, frugal, that sort of thing. So that's Smart Lookup. The one next to it is called Researcher. If I click on that, it gives you this little feature. If I type Spartan in there, it's going to come up with, in this case, it's coming up with Sparta in Greece. It gives you similar sort of information and links to different websites that are relevant to Spartan. So both these features obviously are dependent on internet connections. So let's just get rid of that one. So next I want to look at how you insert a citation. So citation, add new source. So let's add a book and I will be the author. And the book is called The Door. It was written in 2008. Cramlington. You don't have to fill all this information in if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. And that is it. I'll just OK that. And then you get the citation appearing there. So if you had some text, just get some text there. I could now go insert citation. There's a short reference to it, puts it inside the text like so. And then if I want to add a bibliography at the bottom or at the end of a document, I can then select this option. Before I select the option there, you've got these different formatting styles. You've got also different styles there. I've selected this one, Harvard, but there are lots of different styles. So I'll leave it on that one. And then you just click this button and select bibliography and it drops it in like that. So that bit there is just a short reference to it. So if I undo that, take that off for a minute. What you've also got is this little drop down where you can add, if you want, just placeholders so you know you're going to do a citation. So if I click into there, for example, and I've just typed the word glimpse, but I want to do a citation but I haven't got it added yet, I can just put a placeholder like that and I can give that a name if I want. If I click OK to that, it just puts that in there. And then you can later on just edit this and add a citation as you wish. So that's inserting citations, so you can create a bibliography after a report or a dissertation. What you've got next to that is captions. So when you insert a caption, you've got things like figure 1, table 1 and stuff like that. If I drop this list down, you've got table, and you can add your own. So if I just add my own, I'll just call it Sax. Okay, so that now becomes available in that list. The auto caption feature, if I click on that, will give you, if I tick any of these, every time you do one of these features, it will put the caption on for you. So if I select word table, I find word table there, if I tick that, and then it's going to put the caption above, I'll click OK to that. Nothing's happened yet, but if I go and insert a table quickly, it puts table 1 above that for me. If I insert another table, it'll put table 2 and so on and so on. Now, if I insert a picture, I can do a caption for that. So insert picture, this device. Let's go to family tree and pick one of my pictures. Better pick myself. So there's a picture. So if I now go back to references, I can select caption. It's picking up table 3, but I don't want that. I want it to say SACS 1. And then it's selected below. Change that to above. Okay. And then if I do another picture, I'll do another picture. Don't know what that is. That one I'll do. It's quite a big picture, that. Same thing applies. You can then add the captions above or below. Just make it a lot smaller than that. Just take it right down. So it's on the same page, and then go back to references, insert caption, SACS to it automatically, picks up that. Okay. And then what you can do at the bottom there is, if I come onto this next page, you can insert a table of figures. So if I click on that, so it's got this one. So yeah, I'll click OK to that. And then if I do it again, insert table of figures, change that to figure. Okay. Hasn't found a figure. I didn't do any figures. I just did table. So I'll just get rid of that one. So if I pick that, insert that and select table, it should pick up the table. So we've got 2 tables there. So that's how that caption works, and how you can create your own bits and bobs and your own little tables of information at the end of a document, so people can then quickly hyperlink back to them from these numbers. Hold your control key down, it will take you back to that page. If I just close this down for a second, I'm not going to save that. This is a document where I've got heading styles, so you've got table of contents where you can create on the references tab a table of contents, so it drops it in like so. We've also got, next to the caption, you've got this feature, cross-reference, where you can cross-reference from one item to another. So what I want to do is, let's just say I'm there. I want to cross-reference to another heading style somewhere. So if I select the option, go up to heading, and then you've got heading text, or you can just go above or below. So I'll do below, and then say I want it to link to chapter 3. So insert, and then if I close that, this is just basically another hyperlink. So I can type C below or C chapter below, and then people can click on that to go to that chapter 3. Now, the other features that you can use cross-reference to are page numbers, headings, and also footnotes. If you insert footnotes, if I put that there, I put not 2020, there's a little hyperlink again, which if you click on that will take you to the footnote, or show you that, what it is. So there's a footnote, if I can get it to show. There. Now if I want to do a link to that, to the footnote, which I know it's no point in this example because you can see it, I could do a cross-reference to that. So cross-reference to footnote, and just below, insert, and then you could do C below there again. I've put above, I should just put below, doesn't matter, you get the idea. But that then is a hyperlink to the reference number, but you can actually see the footnote there. Now the other feature you've got in here is this on the right side, is mark citation. We've already seen in a previous video about marking index entries, but mark citation is the same sort of thing. When you click on that box, it's asking you to select some text. So if I just select corporations and organizations and mark, before I mark it, let's say this is a case, so mark, okay, in fact let's say that's mark. Okay, it's marked that as a statute. Let's do that again. So if I do program and mark, if I highlight organizations and change that as, so I put that as cases and mark, and then highlight another word, mark, and then if I click highlight another word, mark, that one, mark, and then if you close that, if I scroll to the bottom, you can insert a table of authorities, and if you've got the different options there, you can select, I'll leave it on all, click OK, and it just drops them in their different sections, so cases or statutes, whichever one you selected. And then show hide is on, so you can go back and take show hide off, and then just gets rid of all those paragraph markers, and you can see your document, your cases and statutes. So that was on references. You have to mark the citation first, mark citation, select what it is, so that's the rules, and then you select mark, and it puts it in. Close that, then you would have to, if I highlight this, you'd have to update table, entire table, because it's a new entry, and then that should have put that in, cases there. Okay, so that's the end of this little video. Quick look at the insert citation, bibliography, captions, and inserting citations, cases, and other statutes. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you on the next one.